Hello everyone, Busy Gamer Dad back again, going to be continuing our fun little fantasy adventure with our session gameplay series. This is episode 2, where we're going to take a deep dive into the mechanics and what I've come to know about the game and understand, and the strategies that I'm employing. I will have a link for this game should you want to pick it up. We are taking a look at Idle Pixel Fantasy. I thought this was a really good Busy Gamer game for the holiday season. When you can't sit down and play a game, these idle games are really fun to explore and have a little bit of sit down time with, maybe click a few buttons here and there, and then set yourself up for success later on. This game is also currently free, so I have a link for the game should you want to pick it up for yourselves, and it's a love letter to other idle games, I'm sure, but it's a solo developer who's made this, and I think they did a really great job. So in between our first episode and our second episode, the mechanics are simple. You just click the chests if you are active in the window. If not, you just leave this minimized in the background, and your gold goes up, your crystals go up. I've effectively maxed out everything in the bottom tier other than Fenrir. And Fenrir I can't get yet because I don't have enough crystals. I did pick up everything else that generates crystals, and by everything else I mean only the one thing, which is the mushrooms. And we're pretty close to it, so I figured I'd bring you guys back in after I have unlocked the next tier. This was 750 gold. There was a little signpost here that I picked up, and it automatically added this level. So we're going to make our way up the mountain, as it were. We have a whole new suite of of minions that we can pick up, and I'm going to do that right now. It looks like we have the miner and we have the boars, so I'm actually going to get the boars first the miners first, because the miners give us spawn collectibles every 30 seconds. So that gives us a chance to get more crystals, which is our limiting factor right now, and I can have up to 10 of them. So I'm going to do all 10. Just buy them out right now, because that's not really going to make too much of a dent in our economy right here. And then this increases our level for our chests by 1, which is also our limiting factor. So I'm going to increase those, and now those are all sold out. And then I think, let's see, our goblins are, oh, they collect the crystals. Great, awesome. So actually, I will get those. I will get those for ourselves. And then the spiders do money, and the frogs do just gold. Okay. All right, fair enough. Which one's the bigger bang for the buck? This one, the frogs seem like the bigger bang for the buck because they give 0.8 gold per second, and I can have up to 5 of them. And I have the money for those right now. So even though they cost crystals, I'm going to buy one. Oh, hang on. That's why I wanted to do it. So the mechanics of the game, as I'm understanding them, is as you buy even just one of a unit, it unlocks potentially the next unit that you can get. So that's a big thing for you to explore. If you don't want to invest the money in everything and you want to see what unlocks anything else that's further down the tier that you might want to save up for, then buy one of everything and then just see where the fortunes lie, as it were. The wizard is, let's see here, 5% chance to duplicate a crystal when it appears. I don't see a downside to that. The spiders, and I'm going to buy one wolf. So now I have effectively bought one of everything, and I'm going to buy one wizard because reasons. I know that's going to take a chunk out of our crystals, but if it duplicates the amount of crystals that we spawn, that'd be great. And then the gladiator is just cash, and that gives us increase to our chest amount, and we just hit our cap there, so I'm going to get 2 of those. And then are you going to give me anything? Nope, you're not going to give me anything. This one gives me more chests. This one just is flat gold. So this one is better, even though it is slightly more expensive, so I'm going to go with that one first. And then the golem, I can get him, and it, oh my gosh, a T-Rex? What? That's crazy. I think that's really fun. Don't have enough for that. The golem gives us 2 every second, but I'm kind of eating into my gem output right now, so I don't really want to do that. I mean, I'm certain I could recover that. So what is it? It's 800, and then every 2 seconds I get one. So that's 400 seconds to pay for itself. 400 seconds divided by 60. That's, what is it? 24 is 4 minutes, 8 minutes roughly. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that's not entirely bad, but I mean, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather sit and, well, you know what? Let's do it. You can only get one of them. And so This guy gives us a chance to duplicate when those appear. So, hang on. Is there a max for the number of crystals I can have out? I don't think so. I really don't think there's a max. So, I mean, the crystals... Let's see here. What does Fenrir do? Increases click by power by 1. So I get double click, but I don't really need that. So I guess Fenrir isn't as helpful as I thought they would be. The T-Rex, what do they do? Increase my click power? So that's like the top tier for each shelf. Okay, each shelf is what I'll call them. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the Golem. I'm going to do the Golem. He is very Golem-like. Very good for him. All right, so now I'm going to actually spend the money. And I'm going to go up a level. Let's see. Now we have stone. Spawn a medium chest every 38 seconds. Or you just spawn monies for me. 3 seconds, that's just flat money. I mean, I think I should make sure that I've maxed out my chests here, I think. I feel like, is there a reason to, can I minimize them? I can minimize them. So the ground shelf and the rock shelf. The ground shelf, we only have Fenrir. I could spend the money right now and get probably, if not everything, mostly everything. Because this is going to be 1,200, that's going to wipe us out. But we get 3 gold every second. This is probably the better one for us to get, for this might being our limiting factor. But this spawns a medium chest every 38 seconds, very much like the peasants did. What does that do? Let's see what that does. What does a medium chest do? It moves towards the chest and attacks it. So I'm going to do one of them too. And then they just generate money. They don't attack the chests. So, I don't... Let me see here. So, yeah, it looks like you have to get the end one. And that's what moves the lineage down of upgrades. I love watching the guys just roam around their shelves. I like seeing them do their little idle animations where they're just like wandering around, little scuff as they stop, or the bat looks like it's like swinging on the ceiling there. I wonder, does the spider go up? The spider should like shoot a web up on top of the ceiling and then walk across and then shoot a web down and then walk back away or something like that. That would be really fun to see them do that. The golem, maybe as an idle animation, should just like make a little clay effigy of itself. That would be really fun to see something like that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we are inhibited in a situation where we've got to click on the gems. The only thing that's a limiting factor right now is essentially our gold. Alright, so what does this guy do? So we got 1 skeleton, increases our chest limit, our chest limit by 2. I mean, I can do that. That would be pretty helpful, probably. Because it does not look like the medium chests and the other chests, or the regular chests, the normal chests, are in different categories. A chest is a chest is a chest. So I'm going to increase our chest limit. And then skeletons produce more. Oh, good. So if you have all the skeletons out, they get a quarter of a gold every second. Okay. I'm going to do the ninjas. And then I'm going to do this. Nope, I'm already maxing out my stuff here. So I'm actually going to do this. Right here, a little slower. I'm going to slow down. You know, I find that if I play these games wrong, I wind up in a bad way, trying to recover and get back on a normal track. I usually, when I come back to these idle games, I don't think strategically when I come back and be like, I have so much money, blow through it all. And then I wind up like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that. You know, like I really do feel like I'm missing out. Increases the chest limit by 3. This is probably really helpful for us because this one only does 2, and it's definitely better, and it's only using our gold, which we have quite a bit of. So I'm gonna do that, and we can have 6 of those guys. Dan, I don't know why. Maybe that's Flan. I don't Oh, that's weird. That's a little weird right there. That's all good, though. All right, so the orc increased our chest limit by 3. We have ninjas, 1 ninja creating chests, but we're still tapping out. I think we're pretty close to it. Let's get another knight. Because actually no. So this is interesting here. I wonder if we leave the medium chests up here and we let the knights work at them, we remove some of the lower chests. The medium chests just have more money in them is what I'm thinking. It's not that they have bigger money, as it were. It's all just one click and I get the money. And they have, instead of 100 in them, they probably have 200. So they stay longer. Is that in fact what's happening here? It seems to be that's what's the case, because I've clicked on this for a little while now and it's still sticking around. And there's no way for me to know, like, I would like to see a little bit of a tooltip to know what a medium chest is in difference between the regular chests, the normal chests. So from a harvesting mode, I think I need to get these guys out. Yeah, none of these attack the chests. That's just passive generation. So let's get into let's get these guys out. Right? Is that what I want to do? I mean, because I also can go back down in level, and I can get the wizards. No, I would get just flat coin generation. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's go back down here. Let's max out the dogs, let's max out the wolves, and let's max out the spiders right there. And then, how close are we to Fenrir? We're actually pretty close to Fenrir right now. So let's just let this go for a little bit, and then let's get Fenrir, and then we will have the ground shelf all completed. And then we'll be able to just focus solely on, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's going to be something past Fenrir, I don't know. And then we got Fenrir. Yes, excellent. This is great. They are gigantic and awesome. Look at that. Look at that. That's worth the investment right there. Okay, so that satisfies Fenrir, and that satisfies everything on the ground shelf. That is everything, right? Yep, that's everything that I can think of that's on the ground shelf. Okay, cool. So now that's closed, and we can focus on the other shelves. I don't want to use... Well, you know, I mean, the reason why I was saving my coins, or my crystals, was to get Fenrir. So now that Fenrir is gotten, we can just focus on spending them on getting the frogs. Max them out. And then once we get the frogs out, we will get the wizards. Actually, you know what? Maybe if we save and get another wizard, that would help, because then that gives us a 10% chance to duplicate the crystals, and that feeds back into the frogs at a lower tier. And it seems like it feeds into the necromancer up here and the slime up here, which increases our chest quantity, our max chest. And then this I don't know why the gelatinous cube is called Dan. I don't know why it's called Dan. It's kind of funny, actually. We're a little bit of ways away from getting the next tier as well. So I'm going to focus on just these 3 levels, maxing them out, and then getting a little bit of a nest egg going on. And then we'll go from there. So we almost got enough for our wizard. Let's do that. Nice. So that didn't take too terribly long. That only took us, what, like about 2 to 3 minutes to get another 250 gold, because that's, or not gold, crystals. That's about what we needed. Does not look like the crystals are... Yeah, I don't know if I can move this. I can't move that. So that's kind of stuck there. So I have no idea if there's anything like hidden behind here. Hopefully it's programmed in such a way where they don't go off this or under this. I don't have the ability to... I mean, I guess I could do that. Like, we can go up quite a bit. So there's probably going to be another 6 levels. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 5 levels. There's going to be another 5 more levels for us to go through. If these stay symmetric. Let's get another wizard. So now we're up to 15 for double crystal count, which is great. When I click on them, I'm assuming that's when I get the double crystal counts. I don't think I get them from another thing like that. So there. But yeah, so as far as the mechanics of the game go and understanding and relaying what I know as understanding, it is better to focus on increasing your chest maximum and your ability to gather the chests, because each unit seems to have a passive gold increase in its stat block, which is great, but you're inhibited by the number of chests that you can have out at a single time. Now, I say inhibited in the sense of if you're actively playing the game, you can click on these and get them, down pretty quick, especially if you're playing on a PC and you have a power clicking mouse or something like that. You can just do and get rid of the chests pretty quick, you see. But if you're passively playing the game and like doing what the idle game is intended to do, just setting it and forgetting it, then you might want to go with, instead of max chests, you want to go with the unit that gives you the max passive income. Keep reaching past those smaller tiers and going up higher if you can when you come back. So like this one being 3 gold per second is vastly going to outshine the frogs, because 5 times 0.8 gold per second, that is 4 gold a second. This one snake is almost that, and I have the money for that. So it's like, and then I can get 3 of these. So it's like, why not do that? Because then these 3 will outshine that. In the next 6 seconds, I will have gotten 6 times 18 gold. And in the next 6 seconds here, I would have only gotten 15 gold, roughly. So again, it's that economy, and that's a really great thing to teach your kids too. If you want this to be their first like little busy game, there's very little risk in this game, especially since there's no cost to invest in playing the game. It is a free to play game, literally. You can just sit there and load it up and have fun. All right, so we're maxed out on wizards now, and so now we can get our. Hopefully, we can get a. I would love to see like just a little bit of a tooltip on the side here, or a little button here where it's just like current stats or something like that for like number of chests, the DPS, things like that. Just so you know where your weaknesses lie or where your strengths are, or just the numerical representation of what you have going on is really helpful for the players. But that's for the next episode. That's for our 3rd and final episode, where we take a look at the mechanics and I give you guys my final thoughts on the game. So from here, I am going to spawn a medium chest. I mean, again, I can do that, but I don't know if I have the wherewithal to actually do much about it. So I can get this, and that increases it. This guy is the better one, though. Well, you know what? Let's do the 3. And then let's just do 1 here. And then do that one right there. Nice. Good. So now they're sold out, and we have an increase to our chest max. And then I'm going to get another ninja so that they spawn more chests for us, because now we have a good deficit, a good buffer for hitting that ceiling. But if we're constantly bumping up against that ceiling, that means that we don't have the DPS to get rid of the chests to cycle them. And that's not good. That's our next deficiency. So looks like we are pretty good, actually. We're losing our chests, so I'm gonna keep going down like this, and keep on getting more ninjas to spawn chests for us. Right there. Now the ninjas are sold out, so this number should stabilize. We should get up to about 38 pretty quickly, I would think. And then the bats are just a flat gold gain. These guys are gold gain almost as much as the bats, and they give us harvest. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for the heavy knights next. Yep, see, we're up to 38. That's about where I thought we were going to cap out at. Yep, and then just that odd little tick right there. Now I'm going to get one more knight. Good. And then we'll have... well, we can have 8 of these. I only thought we could have 6. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, that's great. And then there, and then, yeah, our cash is recovering very quickly. right there. Good, awesome. So now those guys are sold out, and we can lean into... When I come back, I'm going to have all 3 of these levels maxed out, and I might have another 1 or 2 unlocked, and then I will talk about what I've figured out for the game, and then what I have established as my like meta knowledge for the game. And it could be completely wrong, take it with a grain of salt, but this is just me playing a little idle game for the holiday season. Hopefully you guys are here for it. Hopefully you guys like it. Well, like I said, I have a link for this game for you guys to pick it up if you so choose. This is a fun little indie little solo developed game that is free, and an idle game for the busy holidays for the busy gamer, so they can sit down and set their little shop up and then see the number go up, feel better, and then buy things, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. We'll catch you in our 3rd and final episode, where we'll do our build up, and then we'll do our closing thoughts. Hope to see you then.